Audie Murphy was an idol of the silver screen. That came after he was the most decorated American hero of World War II. He single-handedly held off 250 German troops and 6 tanks, saving an entire company. And that was just the start of what he accomplished in his too short life. Jeff McGregor. Photograph by Kelly Marshall. November 2025. Get our newsletter. Audie Murphy Field Jacket. While he racked up more medals than any other soldier in World War II, Audie Murphy wore this olive drab wool Eisenhower jacket, size 36. Kelly Marshall. Every story about Audie Murphy is a story about America. On January 26, 1945, just outside Holtzwihr, in northeastern France, Army 2nd Lieutenant Audie Murphy climbed onto a burning tank destroyer and single-handedly held off 6 tanks and 250 attacking Germans. Wounded and bleeding, he stood at a .50 caliber machine gun for more than an hour defending his unit. His actions saved the entire company and stopped the German advance. By the end of the war, Murphy had won around 30 decorations, including the Medal of Honor, 2 Silver Stars, 2 Bronze Stars, 3 Purple Hearts, the Distinguished Service Cross and the French Croix de Guerre. Rising from buck private to first lieutenant, he became the most decorated, and arguably most famous, soldier of World War II. An estimated 300,000 Texans turned out for his homecoming parade. Audie Leon Murphy was born into a dirt-poor family near Kingston, Texas, around 1925. His parents had 12 children, and he dropped out of school to support the family after his sharecropper father abandoned them. As a boy he often hunted for their food. He became a marksman early, out of hunger and necessity. Watch on YouTube logo. When the United States entered World War II, he wanted to enlist in the Marines but was too young, about to turn 17. Even after his sister helped falsify a birth certificate, the Army and Marines rejected him as underweight, a mere 110 pounds, and too short, around 5'5". In 1942, he was mustered into the Army. He served with the 3rd Infantry Division, which was mainly attached to the 7th Army, so Murphy started in North Africa and fought his way through Sicily, Italy, France and, finally, Germany. This olive drab wool Eisenhower jacket, size 36, clothed Murphy during the European campaign. The irregular stitching around the blue and white striped 3rd Infantry Division service patch proves the jacket was his. He would have sewn it on himself, says Frank A. Blazich Jr., curator of modern military history at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, and the jacket appears to be identical to the one he wears in photographs taken during the war. Murphy's stitching is crude, Blazich says. But he has his insignia properly aligned and properly spaced. He certainly wants to present a proper appearance in uniform. Along with his fame, Murphy also came home from the war with post-traumatic stress disorder, or combat fatigue, as it was known. He became an insomniac and said he could only sleep with a loaded pistol under his pillow. He would advocate on behalf of veterans' mental health for the rest of his life. Lieutenant Audie Murphy wearing his decorations, along with the guarded smile that made him a film star. Lieutenant Audie Murphy wearing his decorations, along with the guarded smile that made him a film star. National Archives. Murphy citation for the Medal of Honor, recognizing his actions in January 1945, signed by Henry L. Stimson, then Secretary of War. Murphy citation for the Medal of Honor, recognizing his actions in January 1945, signed by Henry L. Stimson, then Secretary of War. Ma. He also embarked on a new pursuit. After the war, James Cagney saw Murphy on the cover of Life magazine and invited him to Hollywood, signed him to a performance contract, got him acting lessons and helped launch a prolific career that landed Murphy in more than 40 feature films and TV series. The best of these is arguably The Red Badge of Courage, adapted from the novel by Stephen Crane. But Murphy's most indelible performance was as himself in To Hell and Back, 1955, which is based on his best-selling autobiography and stood for almost 20 years as Universal Pictures' biggest box office hit. Over those years Murphy played many roles: a reluctant gunrunner, a pilot, a spy, a boxer. But the classic Western was his most natural theater. Few things in this world feel as reassuring as an Audie Murphy horse opera, with his Cleanshaven probity, the harmless choreography of stunt violence, the simple triumph of good over evil, the chaste schoolmarm kiss as the credits roll. Fun fact, Audie Murphy's humble Hollywood beginning. Before To Hell and Back became a hit, Murphy lived like a struggling actor in Hollywood, at one point residing in a tiny converted garage that he affectionately called "my cigar box." He's a better actor than you'd think. His drawl is soft, his face pale and smooth and imperturbable as a pre-Raphaelite saint. He can handle a gun or a punchline. Low-key handsome, polite and composed, he can play the hero or the heel. But you'll notice his smile never quite reaches his eyes. There is something a little hurt and haunted in every expression. Murphy wrote poems and popular songs, too, even charting a hit in 1962 with Shutters and Boards. His star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is at 1601 Vine Street. Every story about Audie Murphy is a meditation on American fame and bravery. In nearly every mythology, as Joseph Campbell, the famous scholar of myth, reminds us, the hero saves what is almost lost, and then becomes lost himself, forever changed, never quite returning home. He remains outside the society he defends. Audie Murphy was a war hero. And a movie star. And a veteran with PTSD and a prescription sleeping pill habit who couldn't sleep. Who raised and raced quarter horses. Who gambled and lost and spent too much. Who did his best and was as human as you or me. He was killed in a plane crash in 1971. By then, Audie Murphy was much too old to die so young. He was 45. His grave at Arlington National Cemetery remains one of its most visited. Millions did their duty in the Second World War, but Murphy's kind of courage was singular even then. The jacket reminds us of this, that he was an ordinary man who rose to the most extraordinary challenge of his time.